I think it all has to do with cyber attacks and the plan that governments around the world are going to do. And it's a plan. This is no conspiracy. This is a fucking plan. The Ukraine hosts large-scale simulation of a cyber attack against its energy grid. Comprising 215 participants, 49 teams competed, either virtually or in person, at a venue to accrue points against an attack against a fictional energy provider after it suffered several unexplained system failures. Well, you're going to be like, it's just Ukraine. Who gives a fuck about Ukraine? Well, it's not just Ukraine. It's not. InfoSecurityMagazine.com. This holiday season, don't forget to prepare your organization for cyber threats. Cyber. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck about a cyber threat, right? Like we've had them before. They've never made news. You've seen Vice plenty of times. All those people stealing information, stealing credit card information. You've seen it. It's been a thing for at least 20 fucking years. But why now? Why does the media give a fuck now? Why are countries simulating cyber attacks? It just bugs me the fuck out. This is on CNN. All the fucking sheep love CNN. So you gotta believe it was CNN. Let's play this video, see what happens. I think this is a video. No, it's not a video. I'm tripping. Ultimate Kronos Group, one of the largest human resources companies, disclosed a crippling ransomware attack on Monday, impacting payroll systems money for a number of workers. After noticing unusual activity on Saturday, those noted that its systems were down and could remain that way for several weeks. Black Swan event? Is that what they're saying? I don't know. It's whatever you believe, I guess. Kronos has a long list of notable customers across the public and private sector, including the City of Cleveland, New York's Metropolitan Transportation Authority, Tesla, and MGM Resorts International. It also works with many hospitals across the country. Now, do you see where what I just talked about and cyber attacks are joining forces, right? Imagine hospitals treating hundreds of thousands, if not millions of patients around the world. Hospitals are packed to the roof, and all of a sudden a fucking cyber attack happens. Imagine insurance companies, well, hospitals can't get in touch with insurance companies. They can't verify that this person has insurance. They have to make decisions on treating a person. I mean, we've already heard the stories last year about them making priority over vaccinated, unvaccinated people, making priority on which surgery is more beneficial. We would have to trust into hospital, big pharma. Imagine that shit. This is where we're at, 2021. Some employers find themselves having to make contingency plans in order to pay workers, such as shifting to paper checks. How many of these people getting paper checks? Never mind. I'm not going to say it. And some impacted employees have been unable to access payroll systems. The ransomware attack impacts Kronos Private Cloud Solutions, a data store and entity for several of the company's services, including UKG Workforce Central, which is used by employees to track hours and schedule shifts. What I just read here makes me feel like millions of people, when this happens, when the cyber attack happens, and it's going to happen, millions of people in America won't get paid. That Just that alone would be reason to bring in martial law, to restore order to society. Just that alone. Yahoo News. Yahoo News, once it loads up. Just so you guys know what I'm saying, it's not just one website, not one website that is picking a side. No, this is kind of worldwide. Yahoo News, 2021. The year's not even over yet. Remember, dark winter from what Joe Biden said. 2021 was the year of cybersecurity, or the year cybersecurity became everyone's problem. Look at that. Ooh, school act. Ooh. I know it's kind of far fetched. It's like a crazy fairy tale, but this is where we're at in America. Now, just the news outlets aren't the only ones preparing Americans for a cyber attack. The White House itself, Joe Biden's White House, is also preparing us for a cyber attack. I will put it on the screen right now, just so you know I'm not fucking around. CISA, White House urge organizations to get ready for holiday cyber attacks. The US government provided a list of things companies need to do ahead of the Christmas holiday to protect themselves from cyber attacks. Why the fuck all of a sudden is cyber attacks a thing? Because the governments around the world are going to make it a thing. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency and the White House have released warnings to companies and organizations across the country, urging them to be on alert for cyber attacks ahead of the Christmas holiday. Dirty Joe Biden said that he was going to have a interview. What do you call those things that he has? A speaker event Monday. I guarantee you, well, not really guarantee you, but I'm for sure that he's going to talk about restrictions, COVID lockdowns for everyone, not just the unvaccinated, everyone. Because at this point in time, everyone's getting the Omicron virus. CISA has released CISA Insights preparing for the mitigating potential cyber threats to provide critical infrastructure leaders with steps to proactively strengthen their organization's operational resiliency against sophisticated threat actors. In a letter sent out on Thursday, White House Deputy National Security Advisor for Cyber and Emergency Technology or Emerging Technology, and Newberger, and National Cyber Director Chris Inglis said there are typically breaches around national holidays. So this isn't odd, right? You know, they said that typically it happens around the holidays. So what makes this year special? Is it the dark winter that's going to happen? That Dr. Fauci and Joe Biden said that was going to happen? Hmm, I don't know. Too many coincidences, right? It's a lot of coincidences. Because cyber criminals know that security operation centers are often short staffed. Why are they short staffed? I wonder, does not being vaccinated have anything to do with that? Whatever. Cyber officials released a similar message earlier this year after major attacks on the Colonial Pipeline and Kasai, whatever the fuck, however you pronounce that, took place on Memorial Day weekend on July 4th. Beyond the holidays, though, we've experienced numerous recent events that highlight the strategic risk we all face because of the fragility of digital infrastructure and that ever present threat of those who would use it for malicious purposes. What they're saying is the opportunity is always there for hackers. You know, hackers are typically smart, well connected people. Sometimes people connected to the government, the CIA, NSA. I mean, the NSA, I believe, hires like the top 1% of mathematicians in America or some shit like that. Like their standards are really fucking high. I mean, David Schwartz worked at the NSA, self admitted, by the way. It's not a theory. Just to let you know right here, what I'm saying is no bullshit. Israel's finance ministry leads 10 countries in simulation of cyber attack on the global financial system. It's not just America, people. This is in the big times, by the way. The Israeli Ministry of Finance hosted a simulation of major cyber attacks on the global financial system. That thing's going crazy. In a multinational security exercise called Collective Strength, which involved representatives from 10 countries, as well as some international financial agencies. The exercise was aimed at increasing international cooperation that could help to minimize any potential damage to financial markets and banks. Remember the last article I just read about payrolls being affected? Now banks are going to be affected. Shit, people aren't going to get paid for their services. It's going to cause mass upheaval, a dangerous situation. This isn't just a right or left issue. You're going to have Americans, citizens just from around the world going crazy because they haven't gotten paid. Bills are due. Just because the bank has been corrupted with viruses doesn't mean they don't want their money. They're still going to be kicking people out in the streets. We all know that. Look at the Great Depression. They didn't throw a bone. They're licking their chops right now. The exercise was aimed at increasing international cooperation. Help me. I think I just read that. The collective strength symbolization comes after the related World Economic Forum. Now, if you follow my show, how many times have I talked to you guys about the WEF, the World Economic Forum, the Great Reset? This is what they want. Never let a tragedy go to waste.